This is Haighleigh. Haighleigh has been a student in campus life for a couple of years. She's got a pretty amazing story. We're excited to have you. Thanks for coming up and sharing.
Of course. I grew up in an unstable, unhealthy, and you can say toxic environment. My parents never married. They've had live-ins come and go all throughout my life. Thus, my 7 siblings have different mothers or fathers. I stayed at my mom's most of the time, but did go to my dad's occasionally. I never realized until I got older that my dad was addicted to drugs, which caused a lot of problems and heartache for both of us. But my life with my mom wasn't much better. There was so much fighting and yelling on a daily basis that I really moved between homes quite often. The beginning of my junior year of high school, my dad had a girlfriend that absolutely hated me and would make up stories about me to get me in trouble. My dad always sided with her and would get so furious with me. He even kicked me out of the house a couple times. The last time I got kicked out, I was so angry. I hated him and told him I wanted nothing to do with him anymore. I felt rejected, unloved, a failure, and I hurt so incredibly bad. A few months went by, and I missed having my dad in my life, so I went to his house to talk with him and reconcile forgiveness. It felt good to forgive, and I thought maybe we could try the relationship again, but the very next day, my dad died in his sleep. I was told that it was a heart attack, but I found out later that he had cocaine in his system, which was a contributing factor to his death. My anger and hate surfaced instantly because he had told me he stopped doing drugs. I felt a brokenness that no one should ever have to feel, and from there, my life quickly went on a downward spiral. My grades dropped dramatically. I got drunk and partied a lot. I slept with random guys I met because I really didn't care. I questioned, how could God let my dad lie to me for that long? And why could God take someone who I loved out of my life? I was so angry, and I felt numb. I didn't know what to do, and I just wanted all this pain to go away. This continued for several months until God put campus life into my life, and that's where everything began to change. I attended campus life with a friend and started feeling of love I've never felt before. Something inside me desired for more. So I started attending regularly, and I didn't want to miss a single meeting. I definitely had scars in my life, and it showed. But as my leaders kept pursuing me, God was working on my heart. I became a more loving, gentle, and kind person. I was learning very slowly that God often uses pain and suffering to draw us to Him, to depend on Him. The summer of 2019, I went to a campus life camp in Detroit Lakes, Minnesota. It was there that I fully gave my life to Jesus, and this summer I made another great decision. I got baptized. I know I'm not a perfect Christian, and I have a lot to learn, but I have campus life leaders investing in my spiritual growth, and now I'm regularly attending church. I understand that Satan is very real in this world, and we will have problems. It was only a couple months ago that I was sexually assaulted in my own home. I let my campus life leader know that he had staff praying for me, and instantly he came by my side for support. Even through the pain, I felt God's presence and love for me. Yes, I struggle getting out of bed and moving on, but I know I have a God who will help me put one foot in front of the other if I trust in Him. My life after saying yes to Jesus isn't always going to be a pretty painting, but I know that God has a purpose and will work good out of each stroke of my painting, and that's what brings me optimism and hope for my end picture. Tonight I stand here grateful that you provide for Youth for Christ ministries, that it exists for me and so many other students. I'm not sure what kind of state I would be in today if it wasn't for campus life. Thank you.
Haighleigh's got quite the complicated story, but we're so glad, and I'm so proud of the team of Campus Life staff that have come alongside her. I know Beth has been involved, and Tyler and Anthony. This is actually a picture of her getting baptized just this summer. That's Tyler, one of our staff members from Campus Life, who got the chance to baptize her. And I know he's spent a lot of time with you, and even recently started helping you learn to drive, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's kind of a fun thing. So let's thank Haighleigh again for sharing her story with us.